Xbox here. I'm officially loaded. And I'm heading up to the northwest. My goal is to shut down in Salt Lake City, take a 34. I may be swapping trailers, or I may not be. But anyways, I want to get right into it. Why I disagree with a lot of Nintendo stuff. And I could get two flying shits of what the Nintendards or the Nintendromes. And yes, you will be labeled that, and you defend a $1 billion company that does this ill will business practices, which I'm going to get into. There's several reasons that are wrong with Nintendo. One of them is involving the business practices of what they had done. Raising game prices on certain games that look like a horse ate it and just shit it out as a big pile of slop. I'm going to go with that. And that's just putting it lightly. I take a look at how these games. I'm really taking a look at some of these games. I'm going to say Pokemon Legends Z. When I heard about it coming out, I was like, you know what? I was a little bit curious. Everything else like that, because I was still on the fence for the Switch 2, even though I was not going to get it because of what they're doing to Pocket Bank. So, let's go with that. By the time I watched it, I saw how lazy the graphics were. You're telling me that game that you put so much time and money into it was $13 million. That doesn't even look like a $13 million game to me. And I'm sorry, folks, I am stupid. But let me get back on subject. That ain't a $13 million game. Do you know what that game looks to me? Just out of pure, I don't know, common sense wise. That game looks like it was made at $65,000. And they just probably used an extra millions just to goof around. But yet, Pocket Pair, with a handful of developers, made Power World a really good game. They're doing collabs. They're bringing items from other games. They're bringing pals to the collabs games. It's just how it is. On top of that, what I'm about to say of it is this is why I am happy for both the Japan office and the US office are making the right calls. Nintendo should not be filing that type of patents whatsoever for the throwing, summoning mechanics and whatnot. I'm sorry, last time I checked, World of Warcraft has it a lot longer, along with Final Fantasy. And you want to get technical, Elder Scrolls has it. Along with the riding and flying mount. If those of you that don't know or rarely play Skyrim, I remember one section of the game, I think if you spare the dragon, you can summon it as a flying mount. Correct me if I'm wrong, people. But that's one that should be looked at very, very closely. There's so much prior art that is around us, and I'm glad that the Japanese office is literally taking this into consideration, that they're questioning the other patents along with this one that got rejected. And they're looking into actual game mechanics and actual real gameplay. So they're really cracking down on this. Which to me, Nintendo doesn't have a case. And Harmon, and you're watching this, I'm going to say this flat out. Your kiss ass up to Nintendo is not delusion, okay? I watched the latest videos from Design, and I see how much of an idiot I watch you. Okay? You're competing factual numbers with freaking delusions. Do yourself a favor and freaking Google stuff. If you're ever going to make a video with unfactual evidence that comes out of your ass. Okay, that was my public service announcement to Harmon Smith. But back to the subject at hand, folks. And a lot of people are saying a lot of these game mechanics should not be patented, and I agree with them. I 100% agree. They should not be patented to the point that they cannot be used. I think, to my personal opinion, and this is what I say, let's go with the Nemesis system for a quick heartbeat. Warner Brothers was supposed to come out with a game that was supposed to use the Nemesis system, because that hasn't been used for God knows how long. If you want my personal opinion, the patent office should give them a deadline. Either come out a game to make sure your patent is valid, or we're going to revoke it. And all the game mechanics that are in fair use, that are in a lot of gameplay, should be underneath a certain file titled Game Mechanics that are not allowed to be patented. That's how I see it. Because it shakes the gaming industry very on certain things. The capture and release mechanic. Really? Throwing a ball. Huh. Summoning monsters or allies to your aid manually or automatically to fight. Huh. And Nintendo's throwing a temper tantrum because Pocket Pair made a better game for $30. And we get the updates and the DLCs for free? And they're throwing a little temper tantrum because of that. I'm sorry. Last time I checked, certain games should not be over $80. Do you know what I think the price should be for games? I'm stuttering a little bit today. But do you know what the game prices should be at? If a game is shitty, $20. If the game is really good and they took a lot of time, effort, energy, everything else like that, I'll probably say close to $60. If your game has some political ideology and all this type of freaking bullshit, $5. That's right, I'm gonna go there. If anyone deals with the quote-unquote real world and decide to put it into a freaking video game, yeah, your game should be at $5 at best. Most of us are trying to enjoy and relax with the games that we care about. But this ideology bullshit really shook this gaming industry up. Really messed me up sideways. Games should not be $8, people. It should be way less than that. And yes, I'm going to say it. Nintendo is an evil company that cares about profit over fun. That Pokemon game was extremely rushed. You want my honest opinion? They should give Game Freak 5 years to make an excellent Pokemon game. They didn't want to make a Pokemon open world game. You should concentrate 7 years. So that way it can be polished up. Or you could have done something what Power has done. Give open access. Give feedback. Listen to your community. Just a simple thought. But yeah, you're not gonna fucking listen to me because, hey, I'm a stupid independent contractor that's been driving trucks for 10 years, that's hauled everything and anything in between through the East Coast to the West Coast. But, hey, you can think what you can do, Nintendo. But, you know, at the end of the day, Nintendo, and you Nintendrones that think I'm cruel and everything else like that, here's the thing that is going to remain factual at the end. You're still going to rely guys on like me to haul food, to haul clothes, to haul medicine, to haul electronics every single time. That's how it is. And I'm concluding this freaking rant in the best way possible. I'm keeping the rubber side down and the shiny side up. And I'll catch you guys on the flip flop. Take it easy.